What's up, guys? Coda Bear TV back at it again with another video. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new 2019 Polaris highlifter 850. We're going to do a review on it. I've ridden it now over 100 miles. I've ridden it at least like probably 5 to 10 times. I've had a blast the entire time. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of feedback of what I like, what I don't like, what I wish they would change, some small stuff like that. But before we get into it, guys, if you guys could do me a favor, go down and hit that subscribe button. It is free for you guys and it helps me out a ton. I just hit 900 subscribers. I only need 100 more subscribers for that 1,000 mark. I'm so excited, guys. So let's get into the video. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to be talking about right now is this compared to like other models that are about the same price range for a mud machine. So this mud machine right here, MSRP is a little over 10 grand, which isn't too bad. But right now they're running a lot of rebates on this particular machine, so you can get it anywhere between $900 and $9,500 depending on your dealer, right? So for this machine versus like a Can-Am Outlander or something else that has come pre-built like this, you really can't beat the price that you can get for this machine versus like a Can-Am. If you get a Can-Am with the Radiator relocate kit, with the snorkel kit and all that stuff, with an 850, you're gonna spend usually about 2 grand more than you would if you got the highlifter. So I really like that the highlifter is kind of in a price point where, you know, if you're just getting into mudding or you want a toy that can really get in there, do stuff, you know, this is going to be the machine for you. The only downfall with this machine is it does not have power steering. It does not come factory. So that's one downfall. The 1000 edition does come with power steering, but it's also 4 or 5 grand more. It comes with a little bit more horsepower and everything else. So, like I said, for the price of the machine, you really cannot beat it in comparison to its competitors. There's one downfall I do think though about this compared to the competitors is it does weigh more. This is pushing almost 1,000 pounds. It's 971 pounds, I think, to be exact. Where the Outlander, Can-Am, and all that is a little bit less, so it doesn't sink as much. Theirs doesn't sink as much in the mud. This does have, though, 29.5-inch Outlaw 2 tires, stock from the factory, which is awesome. I love the tires. They work great. They grip up great. You know, you wouldn't think a stock machine like this, I can pull wheelies with it. You know, hit the throttle, lean back, and just pin it, and it will pull wheelies on grass, blacktop, gravel, all sorts of stuff. So I have loved it so far. But overall, the machine, I mean, it is a little bit dirty, so don't mind it. But also the winch, unfortunately, on the 850 model, it does not include the winch. You have to buy that separate. Usually you can talk to your dealer. They'll give you a discount on putting it on for you. It is a little muddy. I definitely do use this thing, put it through its ropes. But overall, it's been a great machine so far. All right, guys, so now I want to talk about something I don't really like, but I kind of like at the same time, is the suspension. So the suspension sits pretty high. It gives you a lot of ground clearance. I think it gives you like a foot or 14 inches of ground clearance. So you do have quite a bit of ground clearance. But the suspension itself, now I'm a bigger guy and I'm pushing 300. And the suspension, to me, it's on the lowest setting. It feels kind of stiff. Like, it feels like there's not a lot of play. There's not a lot of travel within the machine, which kind of sucks because when you're hitting the bumps and everything, it definitely doesn't ride as smooth on trail as I would like. Obviously, it is meant for a mud machine, I know, but you're still going to ride it on trail in between mud holes and everything else. So that's one thing I don't like. I mean, I kind of like it because I haven't bottomed out yet. Even when my girl rides on it with me, we won't even bottom out. But overall, the suspension definitely does work pretty well. I just wish that they maybe put another inch or two of travel in it. Definitely cushion some blows a little bit better on the bumpy trail, anything like that. But overall, I really can't complain. I haven't even beefed up. I mean, you can go up another 2 clicks on the shocks, but I'm sure that would be even way too stiff. So, and the other thing is, like I said, my girlfriend, she rides with me. My other four-wheeler I was able to put a 2-up rack on. Unfortunately, Polaris does not give you the option to have a 2-up, something to do with their insurance purposes and everything. You can get a lock and ride cooler, and you could use it and put like a pad against it or whatever. But for a bigger person like me and her, unfortunately it sits too far forward on it. It sits like about here because it locks into these lock tabs. It sits about here, and it'll be too far forward. You won't really be able to fit 2 people on it. And I figure maybe I could jerry away, but there's only one metal bar that goes from here all the way up and around the top and down, which it's too wide. The 2-up seat that I have, I cannot drill it and put it down. I'm gonna have to figure out something. Maybe I could drill it up here. I haven't decided. I might just not throw it on it. She did ride with me. She was bouncing around a little bit, but we did have a blast. All right, guys, so another thing that I've noticed about this machine is that it does, for the price range, have power. Like, it runs, I think 78, I think, is the horsepower on this machine. It does get up and go. One downfall, it is a modular machine, so they have it actually computer. It's governed at 50 miles an hour. You cannot go over 50 miles an hour, which does suck. I like speed. I like to go fast, but you know, it makes sense to not go over 50 miles an hour. But it gets to 50. It hauls like a freight train. I mean, it gets there real quick. But now I want to talk about something that I've actually ran into issues with. We're gonna go in and we're gonna look. So the radiator relocate kit right here, and you have your snorkels also right here. So this keeps the top of the radiator and everything, like nothing gets in there. Like, it's awesome. You don't get anything in there. It's always nice and clean. You don't have to worry about it. There's one downfall that I've come into, and it's if you're in deep mud, right, and you're hammering down and you're basically stuck, these meaty tires are throwing mud like crazy. Now, the problem that I've ran into, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but I'm gonna show you. Up in here, right there, you can see the bottom of the radiator. There's a hole here for airflow. Now, in that hole of airflow, what happens is when you're going really hard and you're throwing mud up in there, it actually cakes the bottom of the radiator. I've actually ran into issues already where I've overheated like crazy. I couldn't figure out why. I was like, why am I overheating? The top of the radiator, everything looked good. I had coolant, everything. Come to find out, the air could not get all the way through from the radiator because the bottom was all sorts of gummed up. So that's one downfall. I wish that they would adjust it, maybe bring the radiator up, kind of like different models, turn it up a little bit and give it so the air can get through the back too, because unfortunately with that design, if you're in deep mud, you're throwing tons of mud up there, you get stuck, you're gonna have to clean it out. If you don't clean it out, you're most likely gonna overheat, which is definitely one downfall with this machine. But overall, this machine, for the money, I can't find a better machine on the market right now. I love my 2019 Polaris highlifter 850. It is amazing. I'm staying in the Polaris family. As you guys know, I have a Polaris Assault 850 that I do a bunch of videos on. I am going to be getting a new machine too this year, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you real quick. I know we were talking about the clearance and everything earlier. You look underneath. Obviously, you got your forged A-arms and everything, and look at all the clearance, the skid plate on the bottom. It's great. But like I said, guys, all right, I think this is going to be where we're going to wrap it up. But I think that this machine, for the price, definitely is worth the money. I love it. If you guys live in upstate New York, check out K&H Motorsports. That's where I got this machine. They were great to deal with. Fantastic people, excellent staff. So I'm not sure if they have one of these in stock yet, but I'm sure they could find you one from somewhere that is, and they can get it to you. The season is dwindling down. We only got like another month or two of riding, so I figured I'd get this review out for you guys. I love it, guys. Now, like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to go down and hit that subscribe button for me. It helps me out a lot. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.